Hello everybody, it's Victor here with the comparison video on the two current lines of the Ninja Turtles. The Playmates Ninja Turtles Classics and the Nickelodeon Playmates Ninja Turtles from the new CGI cartoon that just aired the other week. As you can see, there's a significant difference in their heights. The classic line tends to be in the 6-inch scale, while the Nickelodeon versions are more into the 4.5, 5-inch. And we'll start off here with the Donatello comparisons. As you can see, the Nickelodeon version, even though it's smaller, tends to have a lot more detail, which I like a lot. And 3 toes instead of 2. You can see. I also like that the wrappings and the knee pads and the elbow pads and the wrist pads, they're brown and not the color of the turtles themselves. I think that just adds a little bit more of definition to it, which is really nice. And you can see you got lots of little details and the shells and everything. Well, this one are pretty, plain. They're standard. Slight detail here on the side, but aside from that, it's very simple, very plain. See, like the shells. You can just see all the grooves and the marks and the little ticks. Well, this one's pretty plain, it has nothing going on. And then you got the eyes. See, the Nickelodeon versions, they don't have any pupils, just plain white. All the Classics line, they have the pupils, but the majority of them, the eyes aren't lined up very well. So you got, like Donatello here with somewhat of a misplaced eye, with kind of, dirt face. Alright, and one thing too I'd like to note is that the Nickelodeon versions are able to hold the classic version's weapons, which I actually kind of prefer more, since the weapons are slightly bigger. As you can see here. And this is actually painted, not this. You have to paint this yourself. Just put it right in there. There you go. Now, will it fit into the harness in the back? It does. And on a side note to that, as you can see, they have peg holes on the feet, and the base that comes with the classics fit very snugly into the bottoms of the Nickelodeon versions. So if you have both series and you prefer one or the other, like I do, prefer this line, you could display it with the weapons and the bases. Michelangelo nice being the smallest of the Nickelodeon lines. Side views. The backs. Details. And as you can see, I put the classics nunchucks on this one. See, the Nickelodeon Raphael has the holsters for the size on the back. Well, this one has them on the front. Let's see a bit of a close-up of the faces. And this Raphael is a lot darker in tone. The classics, they're all pretty much the same green. But the Nickelodeon ones, they're all different shades. Just, again, very much more nicer detail on these. Leonardo. See, the sword holsters on the back of Leonardo are different. These two are the same way. These ones are crossed. And the ankles on this Leonardo are incredibly weak. He's falling over. One even came off this morning, right before the review. Let's see. There you go. See, it just fell right off. Just simple ball joint. I could tighten that up with a little glue though. So nothing really to worry about. Let's do the shells. Alright. I didn't do a real comparison on everybody's weapons either, but there you go. Both Leonardo's swords. You can see this one's a little shorter. It's slightly curved. But for the most part, it's similar. And this one has a round bottom, this one has a square or a rectangle. Again, if you have both the lines, you can easily put these swords in it. This one's hands, which I actually prefer more because they're bigger. I think it looks. And here's the size comparison with some other figures and some other lines. So you got your typical Figma. You can see the height difference. Your D-Art's Mega Man. Oop. Your Marvel Universe. Your basic high grade. And here's the motorcycle from the Nickelodeon line. It's too big for the actual Nickelodeon figures, but it's too small for the classics line. But it does fit Kamen Riders very well. No, and just because. Here's Leo on top of the Battle Cat from the He-Man Classics line.